Explaining the roof replacement process to homeowners can feel so boring. But what if I told you that there are 3 opportunities inside this boring process that will get your homeowners committing to you not once, not twice, but 3 times, powerfully, and visualizing themselves not only working with you, but as if you've already done the work and they're happy with it. And by doing this in the boring process of explaining the roof replacement, you, my friend, are going to be securing these commitments, which are going to help you close even more deals. You will be able to take what you learn in this video and apply it on the very next appointment you run, and you can watch the results happen for yourself. Sound good? Let's rock and roll. Welcome back. Adam Bensman here, the Roof Strategist, and everything that I do here is designed to help you and your team smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. Because if we're not giving customers an amazing experience, then we are losing. So listen, if you like these videos and you want more, you're gonna love what's inside my free training center. There's no catch. I've got content for rookies, for seasoned veterans and owners. By the way, there's content in there that's exclusive. You won't find it on YouTube, the podcast, or anywhere else. Get in right now. There's a link in the description, or text the word free to 303-222-7133. And I have one more offer for you that is stupid cheap, will probably fit with virtually any budget, and that is getting your hands on a copy of my brand new book, The Roofing Sales Survival Guide: How to Beat the Odds, Overcome Yourself, and Win Big. And you can see for yourself why this became a #1 bestseller in under 24 hours, and why owners who chewed through this book purchased 10, 20, 30, and even 60 copies for their entire team to read and are making it a required reading for all new hires. Why? Because this book is a true-to-life, real-world, fast-paced survival guide to help you navigate the mental and emotional battlefield that is roofing sales. Get your copy right now for stupid cheap on Amazon, Kindle, or on Audible, narrated by yours truly. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. All right, let's get back to today's video. Explaining the roof replacement process. In storm and in retail, there are some differences. However, selling a roof, we should be going through the same process. In my system, it's the Carpark Formula. And I teach this process to be identical, whether it's storm or whether it's retail, but the only difference is the language that we use. The key thing here is removing the concern about selling one or the other, because storm damage sales folks really struggle on retail. Retail guys really struggle on the storm damage environment. And we can remove that tension in the nerves and the fear by just saying, here's how you sell a roof. What you're going to do is 2 things that you're going to customize. Number 1, you're going to custom tailor the presentation to the exact needs of the customer based on the situation or scenario that they're in a storm environment or a retail environment. What I mean by that is if they're selling a roof on the retail side because it's old, you're going to sell it differently than if there was a leak, which is different than if it was a cosmetic upgrade, which is different than they're putting it on the market to sell in a few years. And on the storm side, it's different whether there's no claim, partial payment denial, check in hand, how they feel about it. Storm or retail is difference 1, and difference 2 is the scenario that they're in. But the process is identical. And when you follow this process, you'll get into the P, which is your presentation. And the presentation, we are going to be explaining how the roof replacement process works. And during this process, we have an opportunity to take advantage of 3 simple explanations and get commitment 1, commitment 2, and commitment 3 from the homeowner that are going to make the mundane, here's how the roof replacement process works, turn into a very powerful sales tool and get them visualizing themselves working with you and happy about it. Now, those 3 touch points, because as you explain the roof replacement process, you're going to hit on all the details. And I'm just going to focus on the 3 that are important to you right now that you can adjust in the next appointment you run. And that is starting with number 1, material delivery. Now, whether your company does roof loads or ground drops will dictate how you explain this process. For example, if we ground drop material, it's coming on a pallet, it's going to be delivered in the driveway, usually the day before, a few days before, whatever your scheduling and your relationships like with your supplier. It's important that we communicate to the homeowner how that works. And I'll give you an example. If you haven't had this happen yet, it means you probably haven't sold that many roofs, or you have really clean operations. Hopefully it's the latter. It'll happen one day where material gets delivered if you're doing ground drops and it's in the driveway and the homeowner needs to leave for work. They never back their vehicle out. And then you get this hasty phone call, your material's in the driveway. And as they quickly learned, it is quite heavy because there's 40 square of shingles sitting in the driveway. And your crew needs to race out there and manually move them like 3 feet over and then move them again to get them up on the roof. And it's no fun. And we explain this to the homeowner. So when it comes to material delivery, I explain that it's roof loaded or ground drop, that it'll come on a pallet. It's quite heavy. I want to make sure you can get to work on time. We don't block anybody in. So I'll need your vehicle pulled out of the driveway the night before. And I just need to know where to note where you'd like that material delivered. And then again, we've got it pulled up. We know, okay, so they've got a 2-car garage. I can get it pushed off on the left side. However, the car that's on the far left side, I just want to make sure they've got enough room. The last thing we want is that getting boxed in. So I'm going to have it delivered as far over as we can, but please make sure your vehicle is pulled all the way out of the driveway. So let me just make a quick note here. So you said far left side of the driveway. Okay, and that little pull off. Perfect. I got that special instruction noted right here. And now you just got commitment number 1. As if they're working with you, we're using future pacing and some assumptive selling to indicate where that delivery is going to take place. Number 2 on the list is prepping the house for the install. Everyone does this different. If you're using equipters or really cool custom branded tarps or nets or anything, this is where we explain that process to homeowners. But many people have some special things that mean something to them on their property. Things like a bush. There's a lot of like fancy shrubs and bushes out there, which I didn't even realize till I was a roofer. And the last thing I want to do is damage another really expensive bush or brush or ancient shrubbery of sorts, because those things are very difficult to replace and they carry a tremendous amount of emotional sentiment. And that's the hardest thing. I don't want to take that away from somebody. Okay. The next thing is lawn ornaments. We damaged once like an Italian marble imported sculpture. That was an expensive mistake. We've damaged hot tub covers. Those are the items I'm talking about, or vegetable gardens. So Mr. Homeowner, explain how you prep the house. Plywood, windows, doors, tarps, yada, yada, yada. However, I want to make sure that we are considering everything that's important to you, whether it's lawn ornaments, bushes, shrubs, gardens, hot tubs, new pergolas, you name it. What special care do we need to take on your property? We've got an Italian imported marble sculpture on the front left. Okay, great. Excellent. Let me just make a quick note. And we're writing these notes down, indicating the special prep for the crew. I'll make sure all of this gets communicated on your behalf, Mr. Homeowner. And then number 3 is the color selection. When we engage them, this is the fun part. And when we get them engaged with the color selection process, it's as if the process has already begun, or if you do a good job, maybe you're using a visualizer or an aid or a widget or a tool, those things make it feel as if that project is already done. And these 3 simple touch points, you can quickly convert into powerful sales opportunities. Commitment 1, commitment 2, commitment 3, to get your customer visualizing themselves working with you and happy about it. I want to see you implementing this in the very next appointment you run, and I cannot wait to hear about it. So thank you for tuning in with me today. Just because our time here is about to wrap up does not mean your and my time has to. If you're interested in learning how my entire sales process works for both Storm and retail, and you get your team trained up or yourself trained up on this whole system so you can be closing even more deals in the house, then click the link in the description right now so you can get a demo and see and decide for yourself, or text the word demo, D-E-M-O, to 303-222-7133. All right. That's a wrap for this video. If you want even more, jump into my free training center or hang with me here on YouTube. I think you're really gonna love these next videos, and I'll see you on the next one.